Cape Town, the Burbs, Bergfleet Butt. As the recently retired neighbour lets her dog out for its morning motion, the neighbourhood wakes up. Fingers tap away at the Chambers family keyboard. Dave's digits are turning purple. In a few hours they will reach frostbite-inducing temperatures, and he will finally retire to his morning toast and jam. He silently curses the glass atrium he had extended onto their dinette in the hopes of appearing stylish, as he knows it was his choice, and a man owns his choices. Joshua Chambers, the youngest member of the Chambers family, has just dropped out of bed. His memory foam pillow, a 15th birthday present, still recovering its freakishly square form. He was woken by Melanie Farrell. Yes, she kept her last name, it's called the 21st century, in her morning days. Melanie Farrell, in her own words, cannot live without a shower every morning, and the time between the bed leaving and the clean making is a dark and treacherous one. Due to this particular dysfunction, Josh maintains a terrified silence until he leaves the house. Recently, Melanie has been complaining that there is not enough hot water for her in the morning because Josh has been using too much. He knows that something must drastically change. In the years to come, Josh's showers will consist of using shampoo for every possible cleaning purpose in an attempt to save time, which will result in a burning rectum and partial blindness in his left eye at the age of 44. As Josh proceeds to do irreparable damage to his body with the shampoo, Mel feeds the dogs. This is a daily ritual, which includes insanely summoning the mutts using a combination of clicks, screams, and whistles, until eventually rattling the unbelievably old ice cream container of food, only to have them run into her legs so hard that her fragile body almost gives way. Mel will then place the food in the middle of the small yard off the kitchen. It is a most depressingly abandoned and unbearable spot in the house, and has relentlessly rejected any form of joy the family have tried to inject into it. The dogs, however, are ambivalent to this. All that exists to them in that moment are the small pellets of God knows what that they will shortly inhale. In 3 days, Molly, the youngest dog, will eat so quickly that she clogs her esophagus, chokes, and dies. But such is life. After the dogs are fed, it is her turn. For years, Mel has been fooling herself into thinking she eats healthily by consuming an essentially nutritious meal with a few added extras. Breakfast is no exception. She begins with an innocent-looking teaspoon of chia seeds, an addition suggested by her health-conscious son Sam, 17, in his quest to increase the life cycle of his mother's body. Then it's in with the muesli, and whichever fruit option she happens to have lying around that day. It is at this point, however, that the mischief starts. The honey comes out, and then it's in with the full cream milk, and when no one's watching, a sneaky teaspoon of oh-so-orgasmic sugar. Mel's consumption of the now candied cereal involves careful monitoring of her facial movements. She must maintain a constant look of discontent in order to fool her oldest, while in actual fact enjoying the irresistible light brown crystals more than life itself. This strange paradox of emotion results in a sort of constipated pleasure that would confuse even the most talented detective. Mel has not only mastered her face, but also the art of secrecy, as she must do the entire preparation and consumption of her meal in the close proximity of the previously mentioned health nut Sam. Of course, Sam is fully aware of his mother's goings-on. He wasn't born yesterday, after all. However, ignores it, for fear that the shame might induce a clotting of aorta, resulting in an untimely death, of which there is a family history spanning back 7 generations. He retreats across the oppressive pit of a yard into his recently converted granny flat. He chooses some appropriately strange music on his MacBook and takes a leisurely shower. The factual reason Mel is forever hot water less and an imperial Roman bath compared to his brother's peasant-like dousing. He is ready for the day. By this time, Josh and Dave have already left on their morning rat run, and Mel has recovered from her comatose state, helped by the addition of sugar, caffeine, pills, makeup, and a hot shower. Through the yard, kicking the dogs back using a combination of bags, boots, and the door, and finally into the car and away on their day.